How did you lose the genetic lottery? Started balding at 17. I was the hat guy for a couple years, but then I finally gave up the ghost and started shaving my entire head. Everything hair related went bad for me. Puberty left me with dark, coarse hair all over my torso, including upper arms, shoulders, and upper back. Then I started going bald when I was 20. Then my beard started going grey when I was 26. I am now a 32-year-old Sasquatch with a shaved head and a salt and pepper beard that becomes a little more salt and a little less pepper with every passing year. I was born with cystic fibrosis because both of my parents genetically carry the disease. So both them coming together to make me gave me the terminal lung disease. Yay. Palmar and plantar hyperhidrosis. Layman's terms, my hands and feet sweat all the time. Even when it's cold, it's gross and embarrassing. My friend has that. We used to work out together and one time we were doing burpees and her hands slipped out from under and she hit her face on the ground hard. The next day she called her doc and got on meds for it. Fast forward to today, she is doing something where she puts her hands in water with some kind of electrode stimulation that's supposed to get rid of it. Talk to her doc about it. Shortest male in the family. Small penis. Underdeveloped kidney bladder, which has led to minor health problems as an adult. And losing my hair in my 20s. Weirdly vague allergies. Chronic migraines and regular headaches. Annoyingly fast heart rate that skyrockets at the slightest trigger. Unstable joints. And asthma. Bruh, same. Just a bunch of weird, unrelated things. I'm allergic to the sun. I'm lactose intolerant. Allergic to alcohol. Oh, and piriformis syndrome. Which means I literally can't walk sometimes, but not all the time. Just sometimes. My great-great-grandfather looked like Christopher Reeves. We have a picture of him in his Civil War uniform. I look like Brent Butt. Brent Butt is cute as heck. My mom is gorgeous. I'm not saying just because she is my mom. My guy friends told me, my girlfriends told me, my teachers told me, she once got a bouquet of flowers from a clown in the circus. And I could go on till morning, and there's me, her son, looking like this. She sucked the beauty out of you while pregnant. My sister is petite, blonde, beautiful, has never broken a bone, never been truly sick, is smart, and has had 3 gorgeous children. I'm the opposite of all of that. Deviated septum, which I just recently got partially fixed. Turns out many things have great taste, but I could not really taste it, and so I ate foods with more texture or a plentiful amount of things in order to enjoy the small amount of flavor. But now my nose is partially open, probably like 50%. The spicy chips all smell like chemicals and my favorites are now nauseating. Basic nacho flavor is too strong, and marinara tastes like pizza Pringles. Everything is sorta flipped upside down and it's like a new experience trying all these foods for their flavor for the first time. Lotta produce smells bad though. Like cantaloupe smell makes me want to throw up. I'm sure in another 20 years I'll be adjusted to it all, but have a new sensory changes things so much. I had surgery to correct a birth defect causing me about 30 dB of hearing loss in one ear. After I got it fixed, everything was so loud. The sound of coins in a cash register was the worst though. Liver gave out when I was 24. No drinking, no smoking, no drugs, just turned itself off. Acute liver failure, lost 25 pounds in a month, and looked so orange it was like I was the illegitimate love child of Donald Trump and a freaking carrot. Doctors don't know what caused it, but after 2 months, it started to slowly get better, and I was asymptomatic after 11 months. Turns out a large chunk of my family on both my mom and dad's side have sharty livers. Brother 30 with stage 3 liver failure and fatty liver. Sister had 25% usage by 40. None of us shave the same issue. And while they drink, sister used drugs for a good bit. It seems like any freaking stressor. Literally had a doctor tell me that stress may have caused mine, as I was working 7 days a week and burning out hard when it happened. Can cause our livers to straighten the frick out. This makes me happy that I quit my job after I went to the hospital. Went because I thought something was really wrong. But it turns out my weight lost was from a bladder infection that could have been kidney stones if I didn't get help. Turns out working 100 hours a week isn't good for you. Now I spend time with dogs all day. I'm a height of 6'11", which may seem great, but standing out in any crowd imaginable, and running into every tree branch in front of me if I don't duck first gets very annoying. Also I'm a size 14 shoe, so I get that very horrible clown look when I go in public. Flying on an airplane. RIP. Mad dad is almost 60. He has 20/20 vision. My younger brother has 20/20 vision. I need glasses to see further than 4 inches in front of my nose. Also, I have depression, but mostly the eyes thing. I have what I call a genetic cesspool LOL, with severe arthritis, diabetes, alcoholism and mental illness in the family. What takes the cake however is a rare genetic illness called CADASIL, which has no cure at the moment and will most likely not in my lifetime. This disorder causes early onset dementia and strokes, and can occur at any time between 20-50 years old. My grandmother passed from this disorder, and my mother has been diagnosed. However, no matter bad you lost the genetic lottery, please don't let it hold back your life. Live your life fully, and do the best with what you got. Your life is precious and unique, and you have something no one else will ever have. I can't live my life letting death loom over me and dictate my life, and neither should you. So live your life to the fullest. The hair on top of my head is thinning. I flat refuse to use that word. That word only applies to eagles and tigers. Yet, nonetheless I do not appreciate how thin it is on the top of my head. I keep a military crew cut to cover it up, but I'm still in both paradoxical denial and longing for a full head of hair. Look into DHT blockers and minoxidil, my man. If you catch that crap early enough you may be able to do something about it. Don't give up. My jaw freaking sucks. It pops out of place at least once a day if not more. Hurts quite a lot. I've been grinding my teeth since I had them. I do wear a mouth guard and go to a chiropractor, but I'll probably need surgery at some point since I'm only 25. It's really hard to eat sandwiches, burgers, apples, or really anything I have to bite into. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I recently read that they can inject Botox into your jaw muscle and cure you of grinding your teeth. I might try it. I see a chiro every week but it pops out again. Genetics. We're gonna give you a bod designed for big ol' titties but give you itty bitty mosquito bites instead. Me. UHHOK. Not ideal but can live with that. Genetics. And make your corneas weak as heck so you can't drive at night cause you're blind but be. Me. Really? Okay, well, not the end of the world. Genetics. Oh, and your uterus is possessed by Satan and the tissue is gonna grow in places in your body where it really shouldn't, causing chronic pain and fatigue. No more of your favorite foods for you because they trigger flare-ups, sucker. Me. Surely that's the last of it. Genetics. We're not done though. We've added a dash of autism so every social interaction is cringeworthy and quite frankly embarrassing to witness. Me. We need to talk. Genetics. You're also allergic to cats since they're your favorite animal and all. Me. I want a refund. Every woman in my family on both sides has fertility issues starting at one age or another. 24 plus for my dad's side of the family, 30 plus for my mom's. Mine started at 27 because it wanted to split the difference. I've never wanted biological children so this was never a big deal. My grandmother on my father's side also started going grey in her late 20s and had completely white hair by 35. I've also inherited her premature graying and have 2 huge spots of grey at 29. Okay, just saying. White hair is super cool and I think you should rock it. Polycystic ovarian syndrome hit me hard. I always wonder how nice it would be to be a normal woman and not have to worry about shaving my neck and happy trail every day, plucking nipple and chest hair every other day, plus the excruciating irregular periods and cystic acne aren't too peachy keen either. It's all painful. TLDR. I am a girl with a crappy hormone imbalance. Terrible eyesight. My sister needs minor correction. My brother is 20/20. I'm rocking a -7.5 and -11 on my contact correction right now and it's getting worse with age. Ugh. As someone with not so good eyes, -3. I'm so sorry. I'm already so useless without glasses. It's not even funny. I don't even want to know how searching glasses with -7.5 and -11 would be. Oh boy, here we go. Are you ready, Reddit? YIOP. Who lost all his hair for the end of his teens. Zenton bad genes. As white a ghost and with way crooked teeth. Zenton bad genes. He gets allergies and mouth ulcers a lot. Zenton bad genes. With bad dandruff and a high risk of clots. Zenton bad genes. Ready? Zenton bad genes. Zenton bad genes. Zenton bad genes. Do do dee da dee do dee da. Good effort. I was singing along. Big T. You think, oh how fun. No, Kyle. My back hurts and I just want to wear a cute dress without my T being too big to fit into it. I can't afford it now, but someday I really wanna get breast reduction surgery. My mom, 44, 2 siblings, 19M and 12M, and I, 26F, have a genetic disorder called Marfan syndrome. As a result, my mom has had 2 aneurysms, a hole in her coronary artery, a stroke, is on medication for the rest of her life, and a bunch of other issues. My 19 years old brother is now blind in one eye due to his retina detaching and then getting glaucoma soon after, and I've had surgery on both eyes and had surgery on my right leg. My 12 years old brother is the lucky one. All he has to show right now is just being extra tall and skinny. Marfan's makes you very tall and lanky. Think Michael Phelps. I have another sibling, 13M, and he's the only one who didn't get it and it's noticeable. He's chunkier and shorter looking than the rest of us. I'm way overweight but you can still tell I'm tall and lanky. My siblings and I have to take medication for the rest of our lives to prevent us from having aneurysms like our mom. Yearly MRAs, MRI for your blood vessels, and yearly checkups with a genetic specialist. When we are ready to have kids, we have to bring our partners in so that the doctor can explain everything that could have having a child with us and to help us figure out options. Basically having kids blind. Do genetic testing and aborting the ones that have Marfans, or in vitro, which is expensive. We live regularly lives but still have that slight fear of a sudden aneurysm and it not being caught like our mothers and suddenly dying. It's tough, but we're making it. Both my mom and dad's side of the family have problems with obesity, pancreatic and prostate cancer and heart disease on my dad's side, breast and bone cancer along with depression on my mom's. I've always been a big person. I started balding at 19. Wish me luck Mayo. Short, born with lazy eye, had to get glasses at age 3 after corrective surgery, fluid behind the ears, oily and straight brown hair, dark brown eyes, genetically at higher risk of heart failure, the whole shabam. My sister got all the cute genes from my mom. She's short, she's got a pretty face, proportioned well. I, 23F, on the other hand, got all the not cute genes from my dad. I look more like my brother than I do my sister. We don't even look related. I don't feel beautiful or pretty or whatever. I'm tall. Most cute shoes don't exist in my size. Jeans that I can afford don't fit my legs. It's just a kinda not fun time for me most of the time. It's whatevs though. Hahaha frick. Short, psoriasis, acne, depression, anxiety, insomnia, severe anemia, IBS, very fair skin, and very dark hair, small boobs, but hey at least I've got a decent bum. Small boobs are my favorite. Don't feel bad about that. They're really nice. I have a primary immune deficiency. My body does not make its own antibodies. I have to infuse antibodies from thousands of donors every 3 weeks so I don't die. It's genetic. This is the reason anti-vaxxers pee me off so much. The kid, even getting a mild strain of measles, coming in contact with people with immunodeficiency give a disease. Lost one of my testicles in a botched surgery, resulting in stunted growth and low testosterone levels. Trying to figure out if fertility is possible with my wife at this point. Outlook is grim so far. I'm short, even for a woman. What sucks is my dad is 6 foot, my brother 6 feet 2, my maternal aunt is 6 foot, both my paternal grandparents were above average height, my maternal grandmother was 5 feet 9, and a maternal cousin is 6 feet 11. There are some serious height genes in my family. Why am I short? I also started going grey at age 20. I'm allergic to the sun outside world. My face gets huge dry spots that end up raw and painful. Too hot, reaction. Too cold, reaction. Slightly windy, maybe a bit too humid or dry out, you guessed it. Burning raw face of itchy pain. Oh, it also flares up with stress. My period. And when I cry, as it mostly affects my eyelids under eye area. Have it under control now, but it was rough few years. Literally everyone in my family has clinical depression and severe OCD, with additional combinations of bipolar I and/or schizophrenia. My mother and father have severe depression. My aunts on my mom's side all have bipolar. They've had suicide attempts, lots of medications. My uncles on both sides have schizophrenia and a lot of antisocial traits. My grandmother used to break dishes and have fits when I was a kid. My father was super abusive. My grandfather freaks out whenever anything is wrong. Is so bizarre. My greatest fear growing up was that I was going to have schizophrenia. But so far it's just dysthymia and horrible anxiety, depression, and mild PTSD. I have tried almost every frontline medication, and I'm currently exploring ketamine infusions. It totally sucks being depressed all the time. Born without 10 adult teeth. Did you know your adult teeth are already formed before you're born? They just push out the baby ones after a few years. I didn't. Until my dentist told me I didn't have 10 of mine. It did confuse me a bit when I had a gap in my teeth for about 5 years before some professional noticed and had me go for further tests. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just look butt ugly when I do a teeth smile. Cause I look like a REM addict. Oh, and sandwiches are a right pain to bite off. I'm wearing braces to force my existing teeth together a bit, and in a few years, I'll have to blow $1,000 each for new teeth. I can't hold a conversation or actually speak what I am thinking. If I were unable to write as well, I'd probably just accept that I wasn't very bright and move on. But as it is, there is some basic disconnect between both listening to speech and forming words to speak, and thinking. It just doesn't work well at all, and it probably has to do with how my brain is wired. Most of my family is about the same. Bright, literate, accomplished in certain areas, but lousy at verbal communication. I don't care what a person's stature or appearance is, if they are articulate and effective speakers, or can just breeze through conversations and engage in witty repartee. I'm like, dang, that must be so nice. I don't even know what that would feel like. One tit is bigger than the other, like significantly, noticeably bigger. It was way worse when I was overweight, but there's still a full cup size difference. Super skinny, like twig skinny, also something with my brain. My teachers always say I struggle with having a conversation or something like that. Spina bifida occulta, cavious feet, arthritis, bursitis, hair, so much hair, mental illness and cancer on mom's side, heart disease and obesity on dad's side. Even though I'm 42, the jury is out on what all I will get. Went bald at 17. Oversized head giving me a massive forehead. Way too skinny. I can write a big list, but I've just finished night shift and it's time for bed. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.